I'm Nate Bean with Integrity Automotive, where it's more than a name, it's how we do business, located in Issaquah, Washington. Today we're going to talk about what should I do if my car overheats. It's not a real common question that we get. More often than that, we get people whose car overheated and they did the wrong thing, and it wound up being catastrophic and causing some major problems. So let's talk real briefly about the cooling system. The cooling system in your vehicle is not, we're not talking about the air conditioning system. We're talking about the system that keeps the engine cool. So you'd be familiar with the terms, the radiator, the water pump, perhaps even the heater core, and the thermostat. Now those components all work together to keep the antifreeze, or the coolant, flowing through the engine. Antifreeze serves two purposes, or maybe three. First of all, it is designed to keep the coolant, the water, from freezing in the engine when it's freezing outside. However, that's just a small portion of what it does. It also keeps the engine from overheating when it's hot, and it also lubricates all the components within the cooling system. It also balances out the cooling system as far as different chemicals. So it's really critical that the cooling system and the antifreeze be maintained. But what do you do if it overheats? If your vehicle is overheating, a few things are happening. One, perhaps the radiator is leaking, or perhaps it's plugged. Perhaps your thermostat is stuck. Maybe one of your fans is not working, so it's not cooling that cooling system properly. What happens is that coolant flows through the engine and gets hot, and then it runs through the radiator, which then has air flowing through it, and that cools that coolant or antifreeze and water mixture down so that it can go back into the engine and cool off those hot components. If that antifreeze leaks out, now you don't have coolant to cool the engine down. If the radiator becomes plugged, now that coolant can't flow through and get cooled down, so the engine can overheat. If your thermostat gets stuck, it does not allow the coolant to flow, so now the engine can overheat. So several things can cause the overheat problem. What's critical to you is, if your vehicle ever overheats, if you have a red light that comes on that shows your cooling system, stop the vehicle immediately. If your gauge ever climbs up to the high end, if it says cold, normal, hot, if it ever reaches hot, don't risk it. Just shut the car off immediately. If you're within a half a mile of an exit or something, go ahead and get off the exit. If not, stop your vehicle right away, because if you overheat your engine badly, you could cause complete engine failure from an overheat condition, and we've seen that many, many times. So the best thing you can do, shut the engine off, make a phone call, call AAA if you're a AAA member, or call a tow truck and have your vehicle towed to the nearest shop. The small cost of having your vehicle towed by a tow truck is going to be very minimal compared to the extreme cost that could come about by driving your vehicle when it's overheated. So the easy thing to remember, red light comes on or gauge goes to high, shut it off, don't drive it, tow it to the nearest automotive facility where you have a trusted mechanic who can diagnose and repair that problem for you as cost effectively as possible. So I hope that tip was helpful. I'm Nate Bean with Integrity Automotive in the heart of downtown Issaquah, Washington. If you found this tip helpful, please click the like button, and I'd appreciate it if you would share it with your friends if you feel they could benefit from it as well. And please, if you would like more tips from us, we're posting them regularly, so please subscribe to this page and we'll be sure to notify you when more videos become available.